Holocaust mouse from its 8th grade curriculum. The board there is defending the vote. The McMinn County Board of Education sent in a statement that the book includes unnecessary use of profanity and nudity and its depiction of violence and suicide, saying it's too adult-oriented for use in our schools. Now, though, some parents of McMinn students are voicing their concerns over the decision to pull the book from the curriculum. Joining me now is one of those parents, Whitney Coe, who has 2 children in the McMinn County School District. Whitney, hey, thanks so much for being with us. What's your reaction to their decision to pull the book from the curriculum?
Thanks for having me. I should say that my young children are not in McMinn County schools yet. They attend Athens City Schools, but we are all part of McMinn County, and they will ultimately end up in McMinn County High School. My take on the ban is, that I completely disagree with it. That this idea of removing the book from the 8th grade ELA curriculum, I think it's misguided. This book is absolutely appropriate text for 13 and 14-year-olds who are learning about the profane and brutal story of the Holocaust.
What's your church doing about this? I was fascinated by how you're responding.
Well, my church, St. Paul's Episcopal here in Athens, has decided to host a community-wide book discussion next week. And I think that's an interesting byproduct from this decision that the school board made, that we are now, in a way, it's led us to a community read of Maus and perhaps even a national and global read of Maus. I've heard that, Amazon is selling out of its copies. People are buying them from bookshelves and swapping them all over the place. And, if kids in McMinn County want a copy, all they have to do is just drop a note on Twitter, and it's done. So there's some global love coming in too. So in a way, we've used this as an opportunity to have a deeper discussion about how we accompany one another through these really, really hard topics and histories.
Yeah, there is some irony here in that the repercussions of this may be that more kids see Maus than ever would have before, or certainly pay attention to it than ever would have before, which is irony, and maybe it's a good thing. Listen, the idea of banning books from curriculum, saying you can't teach this, you can't teach that, what are your concerns there?
Well, I think you interviewed Art Spiegelman, the author of Maus, yesterday, perhaps, and his reaction, his response to this was one of bafflement, which felt appropriate. If you read the minutes from the school board's meeting, you see that their objections were not necessarily about talking about the Holocaust or having hard conversations about the Holocaust. They were objecting to levels of decency about words that are used and leaning on kind of a purity narrative, and again, that feels really misguided, like they're misplacing where the priority ought to be. And I think the priority is that we need to be able to accompany our kids through this really, really difficult conversation. And Maus is just, and many other books are where those really hard conversations are able to happen.
And Whitney, I know finally that you were concerned that people were getting the impression that this school board somehow speaks for you or even the community.
Right. I've seen a lot of the backlash across even the globe, through Twitter. And I want to make sure that people understand that, small towns and any size towns, no one is a monolith. McMinn is not a monolith of opinion on this. There are many, many people speaking up, speaking out. Donations are pouring into our local public library, both monetary and copies of this book. I think that it does a disservice to our communities to think that there wouldn't be voices of dissent around this decision.
Whitney Coe, I appreciate the discussion this morning. Thanks so much for